Welcome to the 5th edition of News Bulletin. I am Mrs. Magluri Pallavi. CII report optimistic for India INC recovery. This could be music to the ears of India INC business sentiment. According to the CII survey, higher expectations in sales and exports in the second quarter have boosted the overall sentiment. 42% say majority of workforce has returned to workplace. 37% see capital spending returning to pre-pandemic levels. 49% continue to anticipate a decline in profits over the July-September quarter. And 35% expect GDP to contract more than 4% in the current fiscal year. Tax on automobiles in India among highest in the world. In goods and services tax, India levies one of the highest taxes on vehicles among key world markets when compared with the GST equivalent value added tax levied in other countries. Cars and two-wheelers attract a GST of 28% in India and a cess that ranges from 3 to 22%, taking the effective tax rate up to 50%. Electric vehicles get a major fillip. According to the EV battery makers, by 2030, India is planning $4.6 billion of incentives for the sector. The government plans to offer $4.6 billion worth of incentives to companies by 2030 to set up advanced battery manufacturing facilities, Reuters reported. Referring to a draft proposal by Niti Aayog, the report said the government looked to slash oil import bills by up to $40 billion by 2030 if EVs gain widespread adoption. These would include cash and infrastructure incentives of 9 billion rupees in the next financial year, which would then be ratcheted up annually. Currently, the battery energy storage industry is at a very nascent stage in India, with investors being a little apprehensive to invest in the sunrise industry, the proposal said. In June last year, Niti Aayog had proposed banning the production of two and three-wheelers powered by internal combustion engines by 2025 and 2023, a stand that was later dropped. US announced $150 million for H-1B workforce training program. The United States announced $150 million over rupees 1,100 crore on Thursday to invest in training for middle to high skilled H-1B occupations in the key sectors in the American economy. Prominent among these sectors are information technology, cybersecurity, advanced manufacturing, transportation, wherein the H-1B workforce grant program would be used to upskill the present workforce and train a new generation of workers to grow the future workforce, the Department of Labor said. Center violated GST, CAG report. In what can be termed as a major revelation, the latest report by Comptroller and Auditor General, the Center violated the law on the unified tax regime by and retained rupees 47,272 crore of the GST compensation cess that meant to be used specifically to compensate states for loss of revenue during the fiscal year of 2017-18 and 2018-19. Audit examination of information in statements 8, 9 and 13 with regard to collection of the cess and its transfer to the GST compensation cess fund shows that there was short crediting to the fund of the GST compensation cess collections totaling to rupees 47,272 crore during 2017-18 and 2018-19, the CAG has said. The money was used for other purposes, the CAG report said, adding that this led to overstatement of revenue receipts and understatement of fiscal deficit for the year. The revelation will put the central government on the defensive as states scramble to raise funds to fight the COVID-19 pandemic amid impending recessional fears. 21 states opt for centre's Rs 97,000 crore RBI window option to meet GST collection shortfall. A total of 21 states and union territories have accepted the option 1 proposed by the centre to meet the shortfall in the goods and services tax collections by means of a Rs 97,000 crore Reserve Bank of India window, giving them compensation under the goods and services tax regime. This will help clear the proposal at the GST Council in the case of a vote. GMR sells KSEG. In the major development, GMR Infrastructure on Friday said it signed definitive agreements to divest its entire 51% stake in Kakinada Special Economic Zone Limited to Aurobindo Realty for Rs 2,610 crore. In a statement, GMR Infrastructure announced the signing of definitive agreements for the sale of entire 51% stake owned by its wholly owned subsidiary GMR SEG and Port Holding Limited in Kakinada SEG Limited to Aurobindo Realty and Infrastructure Private Limited. As part of the proposed transfer of stake of KSEG, the 100% equity stake of Kakinada Gateway Ports Limited held by KSEG would also be transferred to Aurobindo Realty. Total consideration for the sale of equity stake as well as the sub-debt in KSEG is Rs 2,610 crore, the company said. Banks, IT lead rebound in Indian shares on fiscal stimulus hopes. Indian shares on Friday snapped their longest losing streak since February, boosted by financial and IT stocks after a media report suggesting more domestic fiscal stimulus was on the way lifted sentiment. The broader NSE Nifty 50 index rose 2.3% to 11,050.25 and the S&P BSE Sensex climbed 2.3% to 37,388.66 after falling for 6 straight sessions. The Indian government was set to announce a stimulus package ahead of the festive season aimed at creating jobs and pushing demand to lift the battered economy, a money control report said.